Hello everyone. According to analytics, I only have around 30 seconds before you guys turn this off, so we're just gonna get right into it. I know my first video sucked, and this one's gonna suck too, so here we go. So this is my redo of the deck tech of Selvala Explorer Return. The deck got better, my card quality got worse. So a lot of these are gonna be really shitty proxies, and when I say shitty, you guys have no idea. So this is the commander, and I'm gonna give you a bit of a rundown of my meta. The meta is the classic, everything goes meta, proxies are allowed, thankfully. I'm gonna keep bringing this up until you guys see it, but you guys are gonna laugh. Trust me on this. So we're just gonna dive right in, we're gonna shove her up there, and also I'm not filming upside down this time, but I am still filming without a script. So let's go back to the lands. I'm running 29 this time, let's go into them. So we got some fetchable ones like this, and that, and these are, it's not very hard to understand its card choices. I mean, it's pretty classic, We got Cradle, Cavern of Souls, Command Tower, any color, you know what I mean? We got Pain lands. A pretty shiny Pain land too. And we got our only utility land, and the rest of these are really self-explanatory. We got the fetches, the real this time, I promise. We got some basics, they're still really pretty. We're running, 6 and 5. This time I counted before I started the running. So we're just gonna shove that into a corner somewhere and keep going because the deck didn't change in the land respect, but it sure did change in its play. So, before when I mentioned it was a pretty heavy Stax theme, and you guys were like, nah, there's like 7 Stax cards, we actually finally put some real Stax cards in. But, the core remains really reasonably the same. We got your Elvish Mystic, we got your Elvish Mystic, we got your Elvish Mystic, we got your Elvish Mystic. This one makes 2 Elvish Mystics, this one's colorless. That one makes 3 of them at a time, and this is your Land of Lord Elves. As you can see, this is clearly, the normal choice. And here we got some mana rocks. This is some classics. We got your Soul Ring. We got your clearly fake Chrome Mox. We got your even worse fake Mana Crypt, but check out the new typeface. We got your Mox Diamond. So the point is that we've added in more fast mana effects. We've streamlined the real mana dork process. I think a lot of the last time we got bogged down with some classic elf cards, but now that we're getting real to the core of it, the deck is actually better. Anyway. So going to those Stax things, because I know you guys know this is a pretty common archetype, and by the way, I've gotten fan mail about my deck now. I don't know why you guys are obsessed with this one. This one's terrible. So anyway, so turn 1, you play one of these lands, you play one of these dudes, maybe some mana rocks. What are you gonna throw out to really random people's parade? We got Thalia. We got Thalia on a horse. We got an artifact. We got Winter Orb. We got a really mean Winter Orb. We got Armageddon. This is the Ravages of War, We got some dudes, too, that could also fuck shit up. We got Gaddock Teague, we got another Winter Orb, Mind Sensor, because we can't run Shadow of Doubt. And now we got some enchantments, Blind Obedience, which is a really surprising and devastating fast mana artifacts come into the battlefield tapped. Mana positive artifacts become clearly mana negative, but it's a really great foil, so I recommend you pick one up. We also have Hollow Gemstone, which I still need to read every single time I play, and Rest in Peace, just because people will play graveyard decks, that's too filthy for our meta. None of that, only good, clean, green-white fun allowed. So, while you're shutting down, some random other people's decks, because, who would even not play Selvala? Because she's bonkers insane, she's good. This is a good card. But anyway, so while you're shitting on other people's parades, and you're like, yeah, I'm so great, what are you gonna do with all that cool mana that you're dodging all your Stax effects with? Well, there's a series of artifacts that you should definitely look into playing. And they are Staff of Domination, Sword of the Peyrunes, and Umbral Mantle. And by the way, this is why we're running Stoneforge in the deck, because the only things Stoneforge can get, the clamps, a pair of boots, another pair of boots. Also, thank you for Lime Blue for ruining my pair of boots. I'm gonna keep calling you out so you buy me a new pair, some shitty boots. So yeah, so Stoneforge grabs these because I know somebody said you didn't say it in the last video. Well, bam, there. So those 3 artifacts on the top, these ones are shit, They combo with some other elves. Let me just grab those real quick. So anyway, the name of the game, get these things, get those things, make infinity mana underneath the Stax effects, hit them really, really hard. The deck easily turns infinite mana into winning under a variety of conditions, and we're going to run into how to do that real quick. But first, the rest of the artifacts, really self-explanatory. We got make everything go off a turn faster, we got draw a whole bunch of cards. This is clearly a real top. This is a real card. These are some real cards. But anyway, so what are you gonna do with a whole bunch of mana? Well, there's a whole bunch of finisher effects, so you can Genesis Wave our entire deck. See, I'm sorry, my bad, that was my bad. Woodland Bellower, which will get you San, which then turns into all the rest of your deck, We got the old-fashioned Craterhoof, we got a gratuitously expensive Elesh Norn, and finally we got Kozilek. But you know what, it's easier, honestly, what's easier in terms of win is instead of just hitting them really, really hard, you just mill them. We mill them out. So that's where the new win comes in, and we're just going to grab that real quick too. So the new loop, how I usually win most of my games, is I play this card, Survival of the Fittest. This is a real card. Or this is also Survival of the Fittest. So we got Infinity on tap, so you know what I mean? We play Survival of the Fittest. We discard Kozilek repeatedly. We draw everybody a billion cards. We don't draw out. They draw out. Much cleaner than combat damage, but on the off chance you want to do combat damage, it's the best stealth in the game. But how are we supposed to get all these things together? You know, it's like a 12 card combo. Seriously, I thought Hermit Druid goes off on turn -6. Like, you could draw your hand and they're like, we've won. How do you even get through the rest of the deck? Well, it's a series of really good tutors. We got Tutor for a thing. We got a real card at Tutors for a thing. Tutors for a thing. These two cards tutor to the top of the deck, but we're playing a person who draws cards. Why does it even matter? You can play subpar cards if you want, because theoretically it turns into a normal tutor. This one only gets lands, but Cradle's a really good land. Anyway, so the deck runs really smoothly now, and there's also a lot of room for some fun and exciting experiences to be able to shove in. And also there's some mid-range stuff too, because like Mind's Eye is bonkers with her. Like seriously, it's like tap 4, draw cards. Seaboard Muse is because if you want to draw a whole bunch of cards, you draw even more cards now. You just turn your extra mana from this into more card draw. Oh, and by the way, there's some dude-based tutors too. We got this person who grabs Belor, which grabs Yisan. Then we have Yisan. We have this, who again tutors at the top of your library, but she grabs a combo piece and this turns it into your hand, you know. And we got Stoneforge, which grabs a pair of shoes and the pair of shoes and 2 combo pieces, which, oh, I'm going to do this on camera. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, I declare a thumb war. You know. Oh, and by the way, my jokes did not get better. So we're trying to finish this under 19 minutes this time, and we're picking up speed. So anyway, so we got some random filler effects that really smooth out the deck, just in case your combo pieces or your entire deck gets exiled, you know what I mean? We got this, I don't know why it's a nice foil where it's in the deck anyway. This blows up artifacts and enchantments, and you can't counterspell it, and it's actually really good. I use it wrong, but it's really good. We got Azuri because sometimes we just want to win with the elves, you know. This is an Eternal Witness because the yard is crazy. Oh, this is its own combo, by the way. I'm gonna go over this later. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. It's coming. It's coming. Grand Abolisher because, you know, counterspells are for losers. We got Oracle of Moldiah, which sometimes thins your deck out. And also top of your library information is really, really important when you're playing someone who draws in the top of your deck. Oh, and we also have Reclamation Stage, which, you know, does Reclamation Stage things. I don't know. It's a really reasonable card. But anyway, so there's a new combo loop in here too, which I'm going to go over. So Mirror Entity, you pay 1 into Mirror Entity to make everything an elf. You return itself to its hand, because it's an elf, to untap a creature, like that one, for example. You play it again, use this for 1 again, and if this taps for more than 3, if any of the other elves out here that tap for more than 3, it's a net gain in mana. I think it's a really cool combo, but it's a lot easier stopped because, you know, it's a spell cast every single time. But on the off chance you pull it off, it's incredibly satisfying, especially when some person rudely concedes in the middle of his game because he kept his 6 land. Because he kept his 6 card hand with no lands and then didn't draw any lands, and I was drawing him like 12 cards and then no lands. I don't know how someone does that. So he rudely conceded. Not that I'm, you know, angry about that or anything, but that did happen. I won the game anyway. We also have some other enchantments we need to talk about. Hornet Crossroads, this card still kills you. Don't play that card ever, it will just kill you. We have Aura Shards, kills them. We got there. We got Sylvan Library, I forget every time. I didn't say I was a good player, just apparently a really gifted deck builder. This deck is my baby, or something. I don't know. Oh jeez. I should really start writing scripts for this, because they get really existential. Anyway, so we got 2 cards left in the deck, or else I counted or dropped one on the floor. We got Beasts Within. It's a good card. You know, we got Swords to Plowshares. Why would you not? This card, you know, fucks up everything. Why would you not? Anyway, so at this point, I'm assuming all of you turned the video off, so if you're still listening, thanks again for watching this video. Hopefully it was less than 19 minutes this time. And tune in next week for the next random video on my video channel, because honestly, I don't know what's going on here. Have a good day.